Tigsy Boo, I see you. New season, but not much hope for us, as we kick off our campaign on Sunday against Brighton at Old Trafford. And I've heard it through the grapevine, that's a Marvin Gaye song by the way, there's going to be another Glazer out protest ahead of kick-off. What a way to undermine a new manager. Thanks a bunch. You do realise, don't you, this is his first official competitive game as Man United manager, and at Old Trafford to boot. So it's a momentous occasion, supposedly. And you're going to upset the apple cart and rock the boat. And if we don't get the result we need, I know how to point the fingers at one time. So I'm telling you now, we will be 3 points behind the chasing pack before we kick off. And the head honcho of all this is quite clearly that hypocrite. And what a hypocrite he is, by the way. None other than Pete Boyle. I remember him being interviewed years and years ago for Sky. He let their cameras into his home. He's a postman. I don't know whether or not he still does that job. He's a massive Cantona fan, and he showed the Sky cameras all the memorabilia he had of Cantona. I remember him being interviewed when the European Super League was rumbling on. And he said, it's not about sign-ins, it's about the Glazers. Really? Well, I'll tell you this. If Ten Hag got all the signings he wanted and got rid of the rest of the deadwood that still linger in and around the squad, there would be no protest ahead of the Brighton game. And what's funny about all this is that when Ronaldo made his second debut for Man United at Old Trafford against Newcastle, which we won 3-1 by the way, the Glazers were in attendance. Did the top Reds go up to them and tell them what they think of them? No, they didn't. Because they're hypocrites. You absolutely bottled it. You shat yourselves. So that means it was all about signings. Otherwise, you would have told, give the Glazers what for and told them what you think of them. But you didn't. It's not the Glazers who are to blame with the predicament we're in for us not winning the league title in 10 years. I've said before who the problems are. Until they go, we're not going to win the league title. So pick your battles. I'm telling you, the Glazers are going nowhere. So don't come to me about your Glazers out movement. I don't want anything to do with it. It's going to fall on deaf ears, just like all the other times you did it. I haven't really been keeping up to tabs watching the games in pre-season. As far as I'm concerned, it's completely not a waste of time. The players have fooled most fans, but not me, because I'm like an elephant, never forget, into a false insecurity with the goals we scored and the football we played. It's not going to be relevant against Brighton when the season kicks off. I remember Louis van Gaal's first pre-season and second pre-season, we won all the games. In his first pre-season we won all the games, we lost against Swansea on the opening day of the season, where Lingard made his debut in the first team for Man United Football Club. The same could happen again. Ronaldo's unhappy at the moment, but I would rather keep an unhappy Ronaldo than a happy Martial. I want Martial sold before the window closes. If we want Anthony, let's swap him for Anthony. We give them Martial and they give us Anthony in return. Everyone's a winner. Can't be any fairer than that. So that's what I want to happen. Will it happen? No. But it's good if it did. Because I don't trust him. And people have forgotten he refused to play for Man United Football Club. Point blank. I think it was when we drew 2-2 with Aston Villa at Villa Park. Ralph Rangnick come out and slated him. There was some saying that Ralph Rangnick was lying, only because they're a fan of Martial. You know, I can't stand the guy. He's lived off that goal off the bench against Liverpool ever since. And I don't trust the guy. He went to Sevilla because he wanted to play in his natural position as a number 9. He's a jinx, he's a Jonah, because when he went there were 6 points before he rocked up behind Real Madrid. Then it ended up at the end of the season 12 points. And they usually dominate the Europa League. They crashed out of that over 2 legs against West Ham. Sevilla fans had enough of Martial and they booed him towards the end of the season. So we've got him back now. He failed there, and he's going to fail again at Man United. And no Martial fanboy can tell me any different. Because you won't persuade me. You won't sway my view. I've nailed my colours to the mast. And I'll never, ever, ever back this guy. The signings we've made, Martinez, Ericsson, the left back at Feyenoord, I think, they're good signings. Not jumping for joy. I was expecting a little bit of a twist. I think we need more outs than ins. I think we still got the bulk of the squad of last season. So we need to sort that out. Prim and proper. So there's still a lot of work to do. And in the grand scheme of things, we need to be prepared, we need to be ready for the season. You know? The problem I have though is why are we signing players, past and present, who played in the Dutch League? Stop Ten Hag trying to turn us into Liverpool fucking Football Club when they shopped at Southampton Football Club. I don't understand why Ten Hag thinks this is a good idea. He wants Frankie de Jong, he's begging him to sign. The same ones who were saying you got to sign him, the same ones who said that United were begging Fellaini to stay. The hypocrisy of top reds in a nutshell there. You know? De Jong does not want to sign. He's already come out and said that categorically. So why are you bothering? It makes no sense to me. I would rather 11 McTominays who want to play for Man United rather than 11 De Jongs who don't. How about that? The team I'm going to pick. De Gea in goal. Right back, Delo, even though he reminds me still of the disastrous Mourinho era. We need better than him. We've still got Wamba Krapa on our books as well. Left back, Tellez is going to go on loan. We've got 4 left backs as it stands, by the way. So I think he'll go. So I'm going to put the new left back there. Centre back, in ideal world, it would be Martinez and Lindelof. And that's what I'm going to be in, that ideal world. Midfield 2, McTominay and Fred. And it was interesting. There was a poll from Ofcom that Ronaldo was the most abused player, and then Harry Maguire. And it was interesting that McTominay didn't crop up in that list, because he gets a lot of hate from top reds who never give him any praise at all because it gets them the views. That's all they're doing it for, you know. So that was an eye-opener. Up front, Ronaldo has to start over Anthony Martial. I'll have nobody tell me any different. Across the front line, Ericsson, Rashford and Sancho. That's my team. And I'm going to go for a dodgy performance for a 1-0 win. So let's see if we can get it. Because we don't want to play catch up. Because the other teams have already got their ducks in a row. They've got all the signings they wanted and we haven't. And that is a problem that we still have going into this new season.